What it is, y'all, it's your old boy Pilkin. We're coming back with more danchro. Now, it's been a couple days since we've talked about Uncharted Battlefield, but we really need to get back into this. We are coming close to the end of this, and I always kind of cut it close. So let's go ahead and finish this bad boy up. Now, per usual, with the last few runs here for 10, 11, and 12, I'm going to do each one of these one by one and kind of discuss how to build for this. Because while we always just like build a little bit here and there and then just, crash through it at phenomenal pace, here I do want to, like, these last ones can be really cumbersome, especially if you're a newer player. Now, I have seen some of you asking for information on Abyssal, and we will talk about that one too, and I think we'll do a big detailed download or a big detailed video on how to auto run that. So stay tuned for that. I hear you, but I need to get this out of the way first. So, Battle 10 jumping in. Now, last time we did this, let's go ahead and back up here. Because last time we did this, I believe we did this with... Oh, no, we'll go forward here. I don't know, I just remember the team. I remember these guys were the last in the last set. Okay. Last time we did this with Chloe. So, let's go ahead. Now, number one, as always, I want to use the best options at my disposal. So... let's check this out. So, 30% endurance increase to your unit when you're water. Let's go ahead and filter this down just to water units, okay? So, we're just going to go water element. That's it. So, we have a lot of options on the table here. So, we've got an endurance increase. I do have HP increase. That actually, I think, is going to be really good. We also have magic increase. I don't think that's going to do anything for Chloe. And increased special move damage. That'd be really good if we had an increased special move accumulation. And then 30% increase in action skill damage. I think action skill damage is going to be another really good one. Let's see if we have any limit breaks. We do not. And I really... oh, I'm all out of gems. I use gems. Oh, that's right, because we can go level 80 now. So I did use all my gems on level 80. So let's see. And we have the endurance increase. Let's see here. Another endurance increase. Let's go ahead and give her an action skill damage buff. And finally, we've got water damage increase 7.5, so, or 17.5. So we've got an endurance increase, which I think we're good on endurance. HP recovery. Choices. I think the action skill damage and the water damage are going to be good. I'm going to go ahead and swap this out. I know as good as that is. Notice it's doing an int and vitality buff. I don't really necessarily need the int and vitality buff. I'm going to go ahead and do the HP recovery. Let's see what that actually does here, though. That's still an int and vitality buff. Let's see what the other items are buffing. So this one here is also buffing int and dex. And natively, let's take a look here. It'll give us a good idea of what we're working with. Her int's pretty high, but her strength is way higher. So I'd really prefer to have some items that increase her strength. Let's see, this down here also does int. Do we have anything that increases strength? There's an HP buff there. Okay. So this is a strength increase. Increases strength and increases magic damage. Increases strength and decreases magic damage. I don't know, man. That's a tough one. That's honestly a tough one. We might be okay. We might not. I gotta figure this one out. Okay. So, in pondering this, I know they're all int buffs, but I think the general water damage would be better. We are trying to do this solo. Let's see what she buffs. She buffs everything, but... her action skill damage is 60% increased in strength. She got a big strength increase. She has a little bit of magic increase. Chloe does have some magic built into her, so it'll still help. With the stamina increase, I think we'll be good here. Let's see. No, she's just an attacker. Yeah. I think she's going to be really good. That strength increase to her is going to be really, really, really nice. And we are recovering some HP. So I think this is the right choice. Oh. Can't use that item. So let's go and remove that. What do we have item-wise that we can use now? Because we're out of the cloak. We did use the cloak already. You know what? That'll increase her strength. It's a good strength increase, but it is an attack. Ushi. Increases strength, magic, and dex. I'm really trying to think what item. I don't really want to buff the magic stat any more than it already is. This item will give her more frequent ults, but we didn't increase her action skill damage. We didn't increase her alt damage. We increased the action skill damage. So we really want to encourage more action skill damage. So it's another front-facing AoE attack. 200% increased technique gauge accumulation of your unit for 10 seconds. That, I think, is the one. Basic info, but it is buffing in again. Remember, they're gonna. So as nice as this is, apply 100% damage reduction to your unit for the beginning of the game. I would want to use that if I was using one of the items that gave her a significant percentage boost on when she's at full health. And since she's not really going to partake in that, we kind of don't need to worry about that. 10% shield to all units, 10% fire damage increase. That's obviously not going to do us any good. So applies 0.1% damage multiplier to your unit. Applies 20% increased special move damage to unit for 20 seconds. But it does increase her accumulation rate. This one right here, 10% increased HP recovery to unit for 10 seconds. That might be really good, but it does also increase. I think we're going to use the shield. I think the shield might be the best bet. I don't think she needs it, but I think it'll be okay. Let's jump in and see here. Once again, I want to work all this out so you have a good idea of how you want to approach this. I know there are some items here that are highly advisable to use, but you know, I want to balance her stats and the buffs that she's getting. And while, you know, like the water damage buff and all that. Chloe, what are you doing, girl? Why? Oh, she's trapped in... You know what it is? I know exactly what's going on here. Hold on. Let's kind of back out. Because what happened is she got trapped in that V there. And she set the strong enemy priority. Because obviously once we get to the final fight, I do want her focusing only on the strong enemy. So I think she just got locked into a corner. Let's see what happens here again. There we go. Get him. Can you go get the other guy? Can you not? She's wasting so much time. Oh my gosh. Alright. This is bad. So, the downside of what's happening here is with her set to strong enemy priority, she is now focusing on that one dude. This right here. Let's see if we set her to solo to see if that changed anything. So the problem I've got is with strong enemy, she's focusing on the one guy, but for whatever reason, the game is locking us into that little like V shape, and so we can't attack him. Let's see if this changes. I may just have to set her to basic attacks, or put an assist on her that does generic attacks. She's still focusing on him, but you know what? That's atrocious. Why would they do that? So be aware of that. You know, pay attention to what's happening here in the fight, because honestly, that was a really bad situation for her to be in. Now, she's going to get good HP recovery, but at this juncture, I may have to change out my unit, only because I need somebody with a ranged attack now, and she's just taking stupid amounts of damage. Case in point. Well, unfortunately, I think it might be back to the drawing board. And that is 100% on the items that we chose to use and the unit we chose to use. Chloe is... Do we have anybody else we can use that's not time limited? And I don't think... Tiona. Chloe is level 80. Here's what we do. I will swap her out for Chigusa. Chigusa will do an attack. You know, let's see. Do we have anybody that will do... We might need a healer. You know what? Crazy as it sounds, I think the healer might be the right call. Let's see how this plays out. A lot of trial and error here on this one, guys. A lot of trial and error. And a lot of it just comes down to the unfortunate situation there at the beginning, because you watched her take stupid amounts of damage there. The other option here is we do have items that will give her HP as she poisons. So that is a distinct possibility as well. I might have to change that scene card. Knowing your scene cards is really important in these battles. Come on, Winnie. Do your thing, girl. And she's back to where she was because she leaves herself open during the assist. That is so frustrating. Yeah, I think I'm going to change the scene card. So this is not an easy one. So she doesn't need attack power. She doesn't need water damage. She's doing enough damage, but she needs HP. So let's go ahead and go over here. Sort filter. We'll reset all of this, and we'll go to, let's see. Oh. Ponder. Here we go. I think this might help. Reduce special move cooldown. I thought it was HP recovery, but it's actually special move cooldown. Let's put that on there because that will give her an ult more frequently. We do have a limit break for it, which is good news. Let's see. Is that going to be enough to get the secondary skill on that? Let's see. Status. No. We need one more limit break. You know what? That's okay. And then, let's see. That's action skill damage, so we can actually filter this down by water damage. And there's the move that gives endurance, 37% special move damage. That might be good for the final boss. Let's see. So we've got healing. We have increased special move damage. I may just have to give her an ult right out of the gate. I've saved those. I don't generally like to use those on the last three, but if we have to, we have to. So she's ripping through these guys pretty effectively. There you go, girl. Get them. There we go. Now, the reason we're using Chloe is because she's like the best general purpose attacker that is not time limited that we have. But she does take damage. That is the one big downside here. And I wish she'd save her shield item for later, but she's not doing that. But she's in a pretty decent space right now. And she'll get an ult fairly quickly-ish. Comparatively, at least. Big hits from these foes, though. That's the one big downside here. She takes damage from these guys. Winnie's about to come in, though, and give her a heal. I just don't know how she's going to behave when it comes to the final fight. And to me, that is a problem, but yeah, go girl. Healing. Noise! That's a big heal. We needed that. Let's go. Let's go. And we're going to get more frequent ults, which is great. So maybe we'll get an ult and a heal when we get into the final fight here. 50 seconds, though, does not leave me with the warm fuzzies. If, sake of argument, if we were still strong enemy priority, there's a possibility. But she's at a state now where she's just going to focus up on anybody and everybody. Please break his shield, girl. Please break his shield. Oh, there we go. There we go. But we're only 14 seconds. She's not fast enough. And she's focusing up on the wrong guys. Let's do one more little modification here. I'm going to go back to strong enemy priority. And it really sucks because it takes so much away from her at the beginning. But, I may just have to give her a partner. Because of the way everything is taking shape, that just might have to be a thing. Let's see. This might help her in the beginning. I know it's a bit weird to use that item on her, but that increased technique gauge at the beginning might actually help her take out some of those early foes and not take as much damage. That way she can go into the final fight with a little bit more gusto. Please fight these guys. There we go. Come on. Come on. Yes, this is the problem with strong enemy priority. But we made it through. It wasted a ton of time. I hate how this one's playing out. But I have no say in it, you know? It's honestly, truly unfortunate that barrier pops up at the beginning because it wastes like 30 seconds. And that's going to be the one thing that is going to prevent me from doing this as a solo unit. I really feel like. That, and she's not focusing up on the right units. Go, girl. Her health is way too low for me to be comfortable, but you know what? She's got better technique gauge accumulation. I may just have to give her an ult right at the beginning just to get those other units out of there. Please stop taking a nap. There you go. We've got half HP and we have a lot more time. And she will focus up on him and him alone. So let's see how this plays out. This could go very poorly, but with him being poisoned, she's going to get that ult very quickly. Let's see. Can you get him, please? Thank you. Oh, no. I have no control because it's all just the auto battle system. And the auto battle system in this game is atrocious. And I'm someone who likes to have control. So, like, not having that control is making me completely insane. All right. Let's do one more thing here. I am going to give her a big boost. A big boost at 100% HP. So, let's go in here. This is our lowest one. That's increased special move damage. Let's go by strength increase. There's a lot on the table here. But there's an item, if it'll let me use it. Yeah, there it is. That's up first 30 seconds. There should be one. Yeah. 30% strength instead. Let's do that. Because maybe if she's got that vitality increase at the beginning, and maybe if I give her back the shield or a healing item, perhaps, she'll stay at 100% longer. Now, it would be really nice to give her a shield. You know what? Probably need to get rid of Winnie and give her a shield assist, but she needs the healing. So let's see how this plays out. Downside is, once again, with that strong enemy priority, she basically is going to sit here and just take damage. It's such a waste of resources. I hate that so much. Guys, I cannot explain how angry this whole situation makes me. So, here we go. Oh, that's not what I wanted. No. Retire. Yes. And let's go back here into setup. This is a tough one. This one's really... And it's only tough because of that stupid nonsense at the beginning. It really is just awful because of that. So let's take a look at her ult. Oop. I'm actually getting irrationally mad about that beginning portion. Because if I had 3 units, that beginning portion would be a breeze. Because I could set somebody to attack everybody and set her. But the goal is to do this with 1 unit. This is going to be a tough one. Single front-facing AoE attack grants increased action skill damage to your unit for 10 seconds. You know what? Let's do that. So I will get rid of... We need that. Which one is this one? Skill info. HP recovery. I don't think we need the HP recovery because we have someone that's doing that. So we will go ahead and filter this down by reduce special move cooldown. And I've got 2 items here that will work. 30% increase special move damage to your unit for 30 seconds. They both do the same thing. There we go. Let's do it. Let's do it. Winnie will give us the heals that otherwise that scene card would have. I don't think that scene card was doing enough for us. This will give us an ult right out of the gate, so when those foes come out, she instantly ults and she breaks that barrier with the ult. Please do it the other way. Please. I cannot explain to you how mad that just made me. This is dumb. This is really, really dumb. Like unnecessary levels of just, why would you choose to do this? Why would you put someone in a hole like this and just say, good luck, GG? Go, please go. But see, she's always going to focus on that guy. Please take him out. There. It's such a waste of time. It's just a genuine waste of time, waste of resources. I mean, I get what it's doing is it's preventing us from doing exactly what we're trying to do here. And she's going to focus up on the biggest threat. And that biggest threat is behind a barrier. I mean, I get it. But it's dumb. All I can do is hope that she inevitably turns around and does that attack through the barrier instead of doing it on the dude that's right next to her. Unless we've got one that slows the cooldown. Let's actually do that. Oop. I think I've got one that's not set to 100%. It's set to like 60%. And then she'd have to attack to do it. Let's see. No. What about reduce technique cooldown? Yeah, we'll do that. That'll give her the technique rather than the ult. And she'll get the ult faster still with the item. And that might help out. We take out the first foe easily. We take out the second foe with her ult. No, she's still doing it. She's still just walking. Why would they do this? This is so awful. This is what this kind of nonsense is what makes gamers angry. Like, you set us up in the Kobayashi Maru. We've got no way to make this happen. Short of just breaking with the challenge. You know what? I've got no choice. Here's what we're going to do. I don't know if she can pull it out, but non-time limited unit. And I'm going to upgrade her to level 80. She might have a little bit more range, a little bit more reach. We're going to keep the same arrangement. Her skills should be at max. They are not, so let's fix that. Okay. 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 I don't know where her ability board is. We'll do that. And that. And we'll combine insufficient materials there. I don't think we'll be able to do another ability board. I have neglected Tiona so bad. She was really good when we first got this game, but she has fallen off very hard. So, let's see. Let's see what happens here. I just don't know. I don't know if if this is going to help anything. But she has more range than Chloe. There's an outside chance. But see, she's not as strong as Chloe. Come on, please just attack them. Lacking the strength is her Achilles heel. Yeah, buckle up. This is going to be a tough one and a long one. I may have to break down here and just do something completely different. So, I'm going to give her the seer unit again. Let's see. This was a buff at 100%. You know what? Let's get rid of this and let's give her the shield again. Actually, let's do that. 20% shield for 10 seconds would be really nice. I think the cloak would have been better, but I've already used the cloak. I could go back and reapply. I mean, we can go fight the other fight, maybe try to give her the cloak back. I don't know if it's worthwhile. But yeah, she does have the range I needed. And thankfully, she's just waiting, though. And that's the frustrating part, because I need her with strong enemy priority by the time we get to the final foe. But with her just, you know, relaxing. There we go. And I don't think she's taken advantage of the 100%, so we probably just need to give her water damage. I don't think the 100% is helping her. I really hoped it was, but I think it's a wasted scene card at this point. Because she's not at 100% at any point, but right after the heal. And she needs the damage increase. It's a tough one, guys. And I hate to say it's a tough one because it shouldn't be. But it's that beginning little bit there that makes this so annoying. Ugh. Alright. So we'll give her a water damage buff. 30% increase endurance. Endurance might not be bad. HP increase might not be bad, but we need straight up damage. So we're going to do water damage here. Let's double check, make sure we don't have a limit break. We do have a limit break. Okay. That's going to help a tiny bit. Not much, but a tiny bit. Let's go. I'm unhappy. Now, alternatively, I could take Winnie off and put on someone that gives her shield at the beginning. And then I could go back to doing the 100% buffs. But it's going to kind of overlap with the shield item. And she's going to drop the shield item no matter what. So rather than doing that, I'd rather get through this portion of the fight just a little bit faster. Case and point. So here we go. We are now moving, not as fast as I'd like, but we're moving. This is just a miserable fight. This is just a really unfun experience. I hate to say that, but them doing that nonsense at the beginning. If this doesn't work, we're just going to throw Chloe on there. Give them somebody who, yeah, because see, Tiona can't pull this off. She doesn't have the strength. She has the range, but not the strength. And I know some people are saying, what about giving her an endurance buff? With how much damage she's taken, I don't think an endurance buff is going to be enough. Because she can't rip through through the foes as fast as I would like her to. Alright, heal. There we go. Go, girl. She's not going to break his barrier. Now, once again, there are plenty of time-limited units on my team that I could do this with. And honestly, I wonder, with the amount of damage she is taking, if it would be better just to throw somebody else on the team. But she's... Tiona's really good at the start of this game, but this really shows the shortcomings in her unit compared to what we've received much later, and that's why I used Chloe before. Alright, guys, we're going to have to break out Chloe. We're going to have to do a double unit fight here, and I hate it. And honestly, it's all because of the very beginning of this fight, because even if I set her to solo attack priority, it'll be good. Like, she'll be able to take out some of those early units, but my problem I've got is that when she gets to the final boss, she's going to be just fighting everybody instead of focusing up on him. So you have kind of like a double-edged sword where if this barrier wasn't here, it would not be a problem, honestly. Let's see. She's moving a little bit faster this time. But even the endurance buff wouldn't be enough to save her in this situation. Because it's less an HP issue and more just not getting to the opponent with enough, not ripping through these guys fast enough and not getting to the opponent with enough damage. We could maybe put a raw strength buff on her. That's a distinct possibility. See if that helps her out, just because she's got to get through these fights a bit faster. But with what I'm seeing, I think a strength buff she's still going to be doing, 1 to 2 hits. I think she just needs to accrue her her techniques a little bit faster. I don't know. We'll try. I'm all down to give. I mean, I'm invested at this point. Oh, we're a minute 22. Ooh, okay. But if she's not focused up on him, that's going to be a problem. And she's proven, in prior instances, that she's not really able to break his barrier. But we'll try. Please break his barrier. Please break the barrier, girl. It's horrible. I see it. If she was level 90, she could do it. If she was level 90, she could do it. But even then, I'd have to have her solo. Gosh, it's so annoying. I don't know what to tell you guys. This is a struggle. This is a miserable struggle. And if I don't have somebody that's either got shield or HP on her, we're going to run out. Let's see. I can't use Hermes. She does a strength buff. But she's going to run out of HP real fast. Let's see. 20% shield to your unit. Maybe? And then, let's see here. We definitely want that. And this is 20% water damage. Let's get rid of this and just do a generic. strength buff. Because we have good strength buffs. That's one thing we are not lacking. Let's see. Let's see what happens here. But again, I really want to set her to strong enemy priority, but this beginning portion of the fight stops that from being viable. All right, she got him. Okay. Okay, this looks good. This looks good. Whatever you guys are screaming at the screen right now, I get it. I hear it. I understand it in my own head. But at the same rate, we've tested a lot here. And short of just raw strength, I don't think... Yeah, Oh, she got stunned. Let's set her back to strong enemy. I don't know, guys. I really don't know. The shield helped, but I think the strong enemy priority is going to slow us down enough. It's not going to be viable. I don't know. I think we're gonna have to run this as a duo. I'm at a point now where I'm just completely convinced there's no way to do this unless you have a ranged unit. Like, we're going to either have to use a time-limited unit or we're going to have to run a duo. No. She's just spending so much time running at him, and he's got better range than her. Gosh, it's just annoying. Like, I'm actually, like, I can't really stress just how genuinely upset with the situation I am. Got him. Okay. There you go. There you go, girl. There you go. Okay. Now we've got shield again. Let's go. Okay. 223. Not preferable, but manageable. Now the big downside is she's a little more bulky than Chloe is. There's a distinct possibility we might be able to swap Chloe out. But the big problem with Chloe is she can't reach through the barrier like Tiona can. Tiona's got way better reach. And that is inherently part of the problem. Now we'll get a shield here, but it's not a heal, it's a shield. Yeah, we need that heal. Nah. You can't tell I'm actually genuinely mad. Like, I cannot believe that they would build the level this way. It's frankly appalling. Last try, and then we're just gonna throw Chloe on the team and go ham. The funny part. Oh! Please, Tiona, please, girl, please stop running. There you go. There you go. There you go. Alt. There we go. Bam. Oh, come on. Please just go. 225. We got a heal. Excellent, excellent. Excellent, excellent. This is good. We are definitely in a much better position. Go. Go. Heal. There we go. And we managed to heal before we got attacked. That's fantastic. Okay. Once again, we could be faster here. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, she even managed to attack while she was healing. 1 minute, though. That's a difference. There's literally a 25 to 30 second difference in strong enemy priority and solo/attack priority. And I don't think Tiona even has the damage to kind of justify the difference there. Because remember, if she breaks his barrier, he takes a lot of damage. We're at 30 seconds now. No. That's it. We failed. We failed. We failed hard. Now, I've got two options. Number one, Alan. Alan will just destroy this event. Alan will make this a big, hilarious joke. I'm going to give Chloe one more attempt. But, you know, like, we could do it with Alan. It'll be hilarious. It'll be funny. It'll be over with in, like, minutes. Number two, I could throw Chloe and Tiona on the team. And once again, we will destroy this in minutes. It'll be over with in, like, just no time. Problem is, see all those foes? It's that range. It's that range issue. Now, she has her shield here. I hate the beginning part of this. We're only bottlenecked by, like, the first 30 seconds of this fight. That is it. And you either set strong enemy priority and they do dumb stuff like this. Case in point. I know, I'm saying the same thing over and over again. But it's genuinely infuriating. Alright, y'all. Normally, at this stage of the game, I just get mad and throw Alan on the team and let him go ham. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. Instead, we're going to go with 2 non-time limited units. And I'm going to show you pure 100% the difference. So let's grab this. Yeah, we're going to do that. It also might help if I have multiple items on her, but I don't, so here we go. Water. Yep. And we will go with the HP recovery. Actually, we don't need that because we have our healer. So we will go with there we go. We want this on her. That's the other thing. Chloe wasn't really taking advantage of that, so we need that. We'll do an endurance buff. I'm sorry, Tiona wasn't really taking advantage of it, but it doesn't matter. Sorry. I'm very tilted at the moment, if you can't tell. Actually, no, we want that over there. And for this one, let's see. We'll just do an endurance increase. It won't matter. She didn't need the strength increase anyway. And Hephaestus. Now, the difference here is going to be night and day. Because Tiona's set to attack all. Actually, she's a default if I'm totally honest here. And Chloe is going to be set to strong enemy. So Tiona's just going to be taking dudes out. Tiona's just going to be doing Tiona things. No. Oh, Tiona's on the other side of the barrier. What? Are you out of your damn mind? Team comp is a thing, guys. Team comp is 100% a thing. Okay. I'm already annoyed enough I've got to use multiple units. But now, they're all in different portions of that barrier wall. I cannot express to you how angry I am at the way this is set up. Like, it is incredibly unfair to the player. Now, we're going to rip through these guys at just an amazing rate. We'll probably get there in 30 seconds this time. Only because we have 2 units that are buffed to the moon. But I am genuinely unhappy with the way this is here. I've tried everything in my arsenal. Now, once again, I do know that I had the poison scene card on Tiona. We probably could have done it with a strength scene card, but I still don't think we would have had the time. And even then, like, it would have been a complete crapshoot. Now, if I wind up making it work, I'll do a whole video on how I made it work. But here we go. Minute 35. We've got two units going ham on the enemy. Wow, and it is still going to be down to the wire just because they're not very strong. Maybe. No, okay. 50 seconds, 49 seconds, yeah. I'm going to retry this a couple times, and I'm going to give it another shot. I wonder if I take the poison scene card off of Tiona and just go all strength, if it'll change anything. But, yeah, if I'm able to find success, I will do a follow-up to this. But at the moment, I'm just frustrated and I need a break. I can't stress enough how agitated I am with how the initial setup is on this. But like, share, comment. See you on the next one.